to do, please ensure that you do that and work towards achieving that. Don't just wake up every morning and say, oh, it's another day, and maybe sometimes you're feeling bad. Be grateful, be full of gratitude that it is another day where you are blessed to be alive and to add value to the world, to your workplace. So I'm saying welcome to Herlens. Yes, this is a program where ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, disagree on topical conversations, and I get to do this with you. I, Miracle Philip. I never ever do this alone. I do with you, our Highlands family, our valued listeners, and also with our ladies as well, who are very much present here this morning. We've got Buki Femi Ajala. Good morning to you, Buki.
Yes, good morning, Alan's family. Morning. How are you doing? It's a good week. It's a good start of the week, Monday, and I like the energy. I like the encouragement you had given each and every one of us. You just have to take it and run with it. But
Mm-hmm.
let's just thank God. Let's thank God. So, good morning, everyone. Morning, Ibrahim.
So pleased to have you join us, Buki Femi Ajala. And we also have Ibinabo Dixon here with us. Good morning to you, Ibinabo.
Good morning, Miracle Philip. Been a while.
Oh,
This
yes.
movie. Good morning to you, Bookie FA. Good morning, Bookie FA. Any other Bookie FA?
It's a
You don't even
counterfeit.
you don't even know. Say there has to be a counterfeit to say na counterfeit. There is no counterfeit. Now original, only one day, no replica.
But the only one, but the authentic one.
Morning to all our valued listeners. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. You've heard the beautiful voices of our ladies, Ibinabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala, and so our house is in order. I hope that you're also where you are this morning and you're tuned in. And don't forget, you also get to be a part of the program. The phone lines are 07000 or 9155 917 917. We also have our toll free number 0800 and our text and WhatsApp line 08155 917 plenty matter, full ground though. But we're going to start off with this one because I'm sure during the weekend, lots of people had time to, go out and relax, go for events, ceremonies. And one of the things that must have been shared and served was the very popular moi moi. You want to talk about moi moi? Ha, Miracle. What do you want to talk about moi moi? What is it about moi moi? So this is guy who came out to say that, hey, una where they shop moi moi, una where they cook moi moi, they put inside nylon. Say e no good oh, if e cost this one, cost that one, cost this one, make we dey go back to the time where we dey use leaf, where we dey use some plates or tin containers dey make our moi moi, make we no dey use nylon again. E no good oh, and it's a matter of importance that we have this discussion because for the most part, families make these things. If you're not having to buy it from outside, you make it, and sometimes you end up using your nylon bag to make the moi moi. But this doctor came up to say it contains a lot of chemicals and you are joking with your life. And I really just want to bring this forward to the table, especially also as it will also form as serve as a form of enlightenment as well to our women who happen to always head the culinary part of the home. Ibinabo, did you at any point move away from, I mean, back in the days you use leaf, and people still do that till now, but did you move away from using leaf to using nylon? What is it about the use of these different materials in making moi moi that has made it different, the cooking experience different for women over the years?
Okay, thank you very much. I think yes, Mama is beautiful. I even ate Mama yesterday.
Okay, and you did
So
not invite me. It's okay.
I was so engrossed with it that I didn't even remember anybody. I was very selfish about it. Sorry.
You are forgiven.
Okay, so looking at it, I recall that when you walk into an eatery a few years ago, you would see them display moi in plastic containers, and the I think it was from NAFDAC or from Ministry of Health that the information came that nobody should make moi in plastic. Stop making moi in plastic because plastic is one of the byproducts of petroleum, and it has its environmental and human health, dangers, and and so on and so on and so on. So there is this leaching when you cook, when you put nylon in, when you introduce heat to nylon, there is this subtle leaching that some chemicals escape from the nylon into whatever you have used the nylon to wrap. So when I saw the video and the man was like complaining, advising us to stop, I understood it, because for you to know when something is wrapped in nylon and it's in a warm place or a bit somewhere where the excuse me, where the temperature is a bit high, even if you spray perfume, after a while, let's say for example a sachet water, what we call pure water, if you drink it, you will feel this smell or the scent of the perfume even in the water you're drinking. That is how easily this thing could pass through the nylon and all of that. If you place a bag of sachet water, I'm just trying to explain now, in a place, and that place has a particular smell or odor, by the time you pick one of the water to drink, you would have somehow you would sense the taste, the smell of that place in that water you're drinking. So you see, even above and beyond heat. So I think there should be more, a very expanded sensitization, create more awareness, because for me, it doesn't even stop with moi alone, because we use this nylon to do a lot of things. They use nylon to wrap echo. Echo is when you cornmeal, when it is very hot, they pour it inside the nylon and tie it and keep it somewhere for it to cool down, and it becomes echo. And they use it also to do a lot of things. They do a whole lot of things with this moi stuff. This nylon thing. So if we keep, even I'm even looking at what do they call them? This caterers. I've been in few places where you see caterers when they are cooking their moi or fried rice in all these big pots. When it gets to a stage, they place nylon over the pot and cover it with the lid of the pot. They'll tell you that, oh, it's for it to steam or simmer or whatever. This nylon will become very hot because this pot is on fire, and the steam from the rice is just hitting the nylon, and it will return back into the rice. So it is not just the moi alone now. Even everything you cook, each time you introduce nylon to it, whether you're using it to wrap hot meal, whether you're using it to wrap to cover the pot for whatever you're cooking to steam or simmer or to get a better texture, whatever it is you're doing, it is dangerous. It is dangerous. There's some chemicals that are escaping from that nylon into your food. And so many like that. And people don't understand it. They tell you, what is there? A lot. A lot. Some people that they sell rice by the roadside, when they don't have coolers, they pour this rice into big bowl and make a cone, a mold like something like a cone with it, and then they cover it with nylon as rice is very hot. And on top of that, they place cloth maybe white to make it look decent. To preserve the heat, you are gradually allowing the heat to melt the nylon, and some chemicals from nylon will be escaping into the rice. These are the things we have been eating over the years. That's why, there's so many diseases you can't even explain. And for the Ministry of Health to come out and caution us concerning using plastic, plastic is the same chemical composition that they use to make nylon. So we have to be careful. Anything that is going to any hot food, don't bring in nylon to wrap it or to cover it. Stop placing those who sell pure water bags outside. Stop placing this thing in the sun. If you go to some shops, because of space or for them for to display their wares so that you know that they are selling a particular item,
Hmm.
they will put all the bags of pure water outside under the sun. They don't get to sell everything. In the evening, they return everything back into the shop. The next morning, the same thing. So you see the over the period, you don't know what has been happening to that water in that pure water, the sachet, because it is nylon. If you want to understand this, buy a water sachet or pure water sachet that has been under the sun, that is warm, and try to drink it. There is this aftertaste you will get in your mouth, or even while you are drinking it, there is a taste that you will get. You will know that there is something different than the real water itself. So please, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's just. I mean, so many people. I know a few young. I know a young lady who just graduated from the teaching hospital. She's a nurse, and she was just telling me that because she went to serve whatever they call it, can't recall it now, in a particular teaching hospital. She said every time she's always frustrated because of the various sickness that
Hmm.
are everywhere. Some are so strange. The symptoms are probably similar to a regular disease, but by the time you begin to administer the drug for that disease, it doesn't work, and then you go for more tests
Test.
before you know that it is so much, and there is no money. A person when they look for money to chop, they
Hmm.
could come save money to
Hmm.
go hospital, go they do all these various.
Hmm. It really is a lot. Hear this enough because, I mean, looking back at this conversation of nylon, using nylon to make moi moi and the rest of eating materials or eating items, you find that it's not today that these warnings have gone out there, but people are still using it.
Well, you want to know the truth? The truth is because they don't have an alternative that is relatively as cheap as that.
What happened to
If you
using
don't get,
leaf?
okay, so what happens to leaves? So where are the leaves? Where are the leaves? If you go into the market now, if you are going to even get leaves, they are going to be really small. How many people cultivate, intentionally these leaves? They just grow. Well, I wouldn't know. Maybe in the rural areas they intentionally do that, but at least I know the ones that I've seen here. When you buy a parcel of land, virgin and all that, you see the leaves there. So you cut and all that. So maybe intentionally they do that. In the rural areas. Somebody will have to confirm to me for that. But I mean this thing. So when you go, I love using leaves that are very big. I got used to that when I was growing up, very big, so that once you make your mold is that. But now you now have small ones that you now have to use three leaves together and all that. And even at times it might not be fresh depending on the market. Depending on the market. And then of course it's expensive because gradually you are no longer getting it, unlike before that either it was very cheap or you see it at the back of your yard or something like that. What am I saying is that if now I will have to point to the government. I will want the government to do their part. And what is their part? Create awareness. Create awareness, massive awareness. And when I'm talking about massive awareness, if you can cast our mind back to the days of Dr. Kuti, when he was going about immunization, and then I think there was somebody else that was going about, breastfeeding. It was very massive that even the rural women had it, they had it, a lot of campaign, a lot of awareness, and so right now everybody is imbibing it. Even the corporate women, they want to suckle their children even for 6 months because of what it has been ingrained in them, the benefits, of breastfeeding, for that. Yes, some might not actually do 6 months, some might do four, but you hear them say, I want to give breast milk to my baby for a very long time because they now know the benefits of it and all that. So that is the same thing that we want, Ministry of Health, national orientation, they should come together and use all the organs they have. Thank God we have social media, we have this, and then also the NGOs, and then also the religious, but everywhere anybody can get that is a market, intentionally creating this because now they know the side effects of it. We don't want to have many cases of cancer, of this, of that. So what do? We have to now begin to treat it. And then it's not just to treat. What are the alternatives we have? Are you telling us that we should go and use foil? And if it's, we have to go back to the leaves. If the leaves are very, very healthy, there was a time I was reading, some of the things that you even have in the leaves that will come in there, apart from the aroma, and all that, and of course the shape, and all that it's also healthy. So if that is it, then we need to intentionally do this. And who says we cannot even make it a $1 billion dollar industry that people actually cultivate these things and ship it. They bring in their own culture. And that is why we find out that, they will say this one is healthy, this one is healthy, this one is healthy. So this also is healthy. We can be intentional, about creating these things, and we are intentional about planting it. So what I'm saying is that we have to do the awareness, and we also have to give us the alternative that matches that. Nylon is very cheap. You just go buy it. You understand? I think 100 in a sachet. I think it's close to about 1,000 now. It's very cheap. But when you want to do use the leaves, one is small. At times you can see that it's dry. And the cost is high. Because like I said, who intentionally plants it? You understand? So they have to now look at that. And why would they look at that? Because I always like to let them know the bigger picture. It is because you are interested in the health of your citizens. Permit me to use, this example of Singapore. I know I'm always talking about Singapore. It's because the man set some principles, some models. When he realized that the younger ones or whoever loves chewing gum, when they eat when they eat, the chewing gum, they will just paste it somewhere, maybe by the lift, they paste it by the chair. In public places, they just put all these things. And they now notice that this thing was costing them a whole lot of money to maintain, to repair. Do you know what the man did? He banned the chain of gum in the public place. You can eat it in your house, but once you enter the public space, no chewing gum, no chewing gum. Look at what Rwanda did. You cannot enter from the airport any nylon bag. They will take it from you. They will take it from you. You know, all what they use is paper. I'm telling you from the airport because they will see it. They will say that this thing cannot enter. Why? Because it's not degradable. So these are people who love their country, who love the citizens, and they are now taking that. But then you see, they have given you alternative. There are paper bags that you can use. So one thing about us Nigerians, we say ban this thing, but where are the alternatives? You need to give me alternatives. So the researchers have to go in and do that. And then of course our land is rich. Can we begin to sensitize people to begin to cultivate this thing? When people see that there is money in it, look at what they are doing to our onions now. They will plant onions, they will export it because there is money. Understand? When people see that this thing is more whatever, oh, you find out that people will begin to plant it intentionally,
All
and
right.
don't know what is happening. It's a multi-dollar industry.
Hmm.
But I think we need to hit to it. I mean, that's why we have TikTok, and then so these things cannot be in our local dialect, and
All
let's
right.
tell people know. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Buki Femi Ajala, for your thoughts this morning. If you've just tuned in, this is Herlens on Your Women Radio 91.7.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women, and their families.
All right. Where are all my smart kids at? If you love spelling big words just for fun, raise your hand. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay. I've seen you. So, of course, we have something for you. The MTN Impulse Spelling Bee is back, and it's open to all primary and secondary school students. And guess what? This could be your shot at winning, wait for it, over 40 million naira worth of prizes. So think laptops, think smartphones, or even scholarship grants. And your school could get some gifts because of you as well. And you might even get to be MTN CEO for a whole day. But that's only if you win, though. But it's you, so we know you win. If you're between the ages of 9 and 15, now is the time to sign up. Tell your friends, your daddy, your mommy, your uncles, your aunties that it's time for all those your big spray English to pay off. Head over to impulse.mtn.ng right now to participate. MTN, what are we doing now?
Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣé jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200k is yours if only you try your luck. Better play, better chance. 3 times daily, your dreams can come true.
Oh yes. With just 500 naira, you could win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Join the Better Play Lottery and listen for your name live on radio at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better play. Don't miss out. Go get your ticket right now. Buy your tickets at www.betterplay.ng or dial *347*154#. For better chances, buy up to 20 tickets.
Follow at Better Play on Facebook and at Better Play NG on Instagram for updates. It's your turn to win this money.
Better play, better chance. You can be the next millionaire.
Better Play is open to players 18 years and above. Play responsibly.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had yours?
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Women, let's come together this August to talk about something we all need. I'm talking about peace of mind, wellness, and purpose. Join us for the Women Engagement Series webinar August edition with the theme Beyond Hustle, Reclaiming Peace, Purpose, and Productivity. This conversation now for every woman where they try balance life, work, family, and still need to keep her mind in check. Our guest is Deborah Toby Olawale, a family life coach and certified mental health therapist who will share real life tips on how to avoid burnout, stay focused, and find joy in your daily hustle. Date is Saturday, 30 August 2025. Time is 6 p.m. Venue is on Zoom, but we're also streaming live on radio and on YouTube. Make you not miss this one, oh. Register now with the link on our Facebook and Instagram pages at WFM 91.7. Come, learn how to take care of your mental health and still be productive without running yourself down. The Women Engagement Series is brought to you by Women Radio Network and the Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation.
Yeah! Are you ready for the thrill, the action, and sports sensation on Women Radio 91.7?
Well, our Sky colleagues in Italy say that Juventus have rejected an £85 million offer.
And then
Balotelli, Aguero!
Join us 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for comprehensive analysis and coverage of local, national, and international sporting events on Sports Radio. Join our experienced sports journalists and experts on Sports Radio 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for everything sports. Yeah!
Radio Doctor and WFM 91.7 every Monday from 10 to 11 a.m. brings you medical experts specialized in children's health.
Studies have shown that children that were abruptly stopped from breastfeeding tend to have some emotional trauma.
Call in to get free consultation on children's health on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 25455. You can send in questions, cases, and related contributions on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917. Text and WhatsApp on 070 317 56537. You can listen live online at www.wfm917.com. Radio Doctor, Nigeria's first free consultation radio health program on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture of silence.
Well, welcome back. This is still Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. I am Miracle Phillip. Right now, it is 22 minutes to 10, and this is Herlens, a program where ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, disagree on topical conversations. And we have with us Ibinabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala. Of course, on the program this morning, we opened up by discussing, the implications of making use of nylon in making your moi moi. And, our ladies were able to diversify this conversation across different points of view, what we could do better as individual, what government should do better. And, how it's also a form of enlightenment as well. And I do hope that you were able to pick one or two. However, I would also like to hear from you this morning, and the phone lines are 07000 917 917 or 9155 917 917. Text and WhatsApp line for you to send your messages 08155 917 917 0703 175 6537. Those are the lines for you to get to reach us on this morning on the program. We'll switch our conversation now to talk about a headline, or let's say a latest update, and this is actually coming from the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency. It's come out to say that, hey, consent doesn't stop at the wedding altar. And this is this organization here informing married couples. Consent doesn't stop at the wedding altar. And I want us to discuss this further, because with the spate of gender-based violence, domestic and sexual violence, it has become a thing of note that the conversations on violence within marriages are also looked into. And I really want to get your perspectives this morning, but I've got this call here. Hello, good morning. Okay, you might have to call us back. Okay, it seems like we caught that without knowing. 07000 or 9155 I'm going to start with Ibn Abod this morning. And consent doesn't stop at the wedding altar. Ibn Abod, what does this statement mean in practical terms for married couples?
Okay, thank you. Can I quickly get 30 seconds to just wrap up the last topic? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So quickly, 30 seconds for the last topic. I just want to corroborate what Buki said. Buki said something that brought to mind the late Professor Olukoyerasom Kuti. He was the health minister of health in the mid 80s, and like she said, he spearheaded the advocacy on baby friendly project, that is breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding of your babies and all of that, and and other various health related programs, even when we had no extended means of information dissemination like we have social media today. So I'm appealing to our Minister for Health, both the Minister for Health and the Minister of State for Health. They should please embark on an extensive advocacy on all of these things. The way we use nylon in our food, the dangers in therein, the way, the kind of food that they sell in the marketplaces, like we discussed about food, and I mentioned more with eczema, looking like it has eczema and all of that, because people are coming down with illness, and we don't know what it's going to look like in the next 5-10 years. We don't have the capacity to contain it. So let's stop it before we get there. Thank you. And now quickly going to this about consent and all of that. You see, when this topic like this pop up, people will begin to ask why do they need their wife's consent? Now here it is. To date her, to date that one that eventually married, you needed her consent. You went to toast her for her to say yes to be your girlfriend. To marry her, you sought her consent, and she said yes, and you put the engagement ring on her finger. So now, because you are married, because probably you paid her dowry, so have you paid for her opinion? Have you bought her opinion so she doesn't have any mind of her own anymore? This is not me saying that women should weaponize the consent of the word no. I'm not saying they should weaponize it, because there's supposed to be a relationship. It's supposed to be husband and wife. It's supposed to be in love. You're supposed to have the same, projection for the future. You're going to have children together. You're going to raise them together. So you're going to be doing a lot of things together, but you're not doing these things together without seeking the consent of your partner. That is why it is a collaboration. You're working as a group, as partners. So in partnership, one person does not just come up and begin to do things as if he is the only one existing in that partnership. You are two. So it is only fair and shows your level of responsibility and how much you respect your wife by wanting to understand a consent. One thing people don't want to know is, why does she say no to you? Do you even care to know why? Some men who are being upset by their side chicks, let me tell you this, I've had it direct from some of these men. They'll tell you, when my side chick did this and that, and I was already so on, I had to quickly go back home and empty everything into my wife. It is not fair. It is unfair. It is a very selfish way of doing things. Why would you go to your side chick and she has done something, and then you come back home and then begin to use your wife to cool down that temper that rose in you? It's not fair. And also, some men, after they have watched a movie, maybe the movie is laced with lewdness, and their dopamine level rises. They begin to look for their wife. And where is she? I beg. And my body done this somehow. I need to empty it. It's not fair. How has they been? What has she been through all day? Then just because you feel a certain way, then you must release yourself. So where is she? After all, she's my wife. Come here and let me do what I need to do. It's not fair. It is not fair. If you respect and love your wife, you will consider her feelings and all of that. Some people will tell you, our mothers of those days, they never denied our fathers. And I always tell them one thing. I said, as much as this is not 100%, but I want to assure you that majority of those women were they just obliged their husbands because when a lady is getting married, they'll tell her your husband is this, your husband is that. Like in Yoruba land, they will tell you what a husband does not eat, a wife does not cook in that house. So if your husband does not eat fufu and your favorite food is fufu, that fufu must not be made in that house. Is that fair? Is that the kind of life you want to live? When there is mutual respect and love and everything, there's a lot of consideration. You talk to your wife. So if you are a very fair and just husband, there are times you will come to her. She's not in the mood, but just to make you happy, she will oblige you. But don't make it, I mean, a regular thing that are you not my wife? I mean, what is wrong with you? I beg, come here, Joe. I paid your dowry. I recall a friend of mine actually had a quarrel, a hit that nearly broke the marriage into pieces because the husband was always using the word, Omo, I paid your dowry. I said, come, how much did you pay? How much did you pay? That you would not even consider my own feelings for a moment. And that was a serious issue that it took the intervention of people with wisdom and above all the intervention of God for that marriage to still hold till today. So please let us take it easy. Our mothers of those days, if they sit down to tell you that look, it's not every time that they are in the mood, but because when you are raised with this mindset of whatever your husband does not want, you cannot want it. Whatever he wants, you must want it, whether you like it or not. That is how they were raised. That is how they saw life, even though they were not happy about it. That is why you see such mothers, they wait for their children to grow up and out of the house, then they begin to visit the children one by one, and they leave the man behind. And then the next thing you start hearing is, you will spend all your money training your children,
All right.
paying bills and everything. At the end of the day, when they grow up, it is their mother they know. Because it is this woman, she runs back to them for solace. They run back to her for solace. So there is this strong bond. You are there feeling like you are the Lord and Master. You don't care about emotions. You can't do that. As a man, you should be, as a head of the family, everything about them, your wife, your children, should be your concern. Even their
Absolutely.
emotional, whatever,
Yeah.
should be your concern. So if you ignore all of these things, at the end of the day, you will be losing your family gradually. And you'll be looking forward to when the children will grow up and out of the house so that she can go and visit them one by one and spend her time and be happy there because you're not able to give her happiness.
All right.
So
Thank you very much, Ibinabo. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. I want to go back to, what the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency put on their social media handle. It said, consent doesn't stop at the wedding altar. In a healthy marriage, intimacy is a shared choice, not an obligation. Respecting your partner's yes or no builds trust, love, and safety. For your information, silence is no, reluctance is no, consent must be FRIES, freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. On this note, now, Buki, I want you to share with us what do you think that couples can do to have open conversations about, intimacy and consent without it turning into conflict?
Okay, I would like to start with a quote in the Bible: can two work together except they agree? If men now the focus is on men. At times it happens the other way around, right? But the focus is on men now. If men will be open, and face reality and tell us the truth, even when they force the wife, they don't enjoy it. Yes, they might do whatever they want to do, but they don't enjoy it. It's just like you open the tap, water came out, and that's it. You know, the men will tell you that no, and that's why uh, we women will always respect the men that will always respect our emotions. It's not all the time. It's not all the time that women, right? Averagely, it's not all the time they are in that mood. However, a wise man will know if you are in love with someone, it's not just about the fact that you profess it. You need to understand who this person is. What is, how is she made up? What's a mumu button, if I can use that? You know, I mean, you'll see some men, that they will say, you know what, if I need the whole attention of my woman, and I know that when my woman works, tired, gets home, goes into the kitchen, whatever, I will just tell her from the office, don't bother, I'm going to buy packs of food. You understand? And he sets the tone. So the woman also knows. So I'm also answering some of your questions, it sets the tone. It's because that person has seen this woman as a human being. This woman also has emotions. This woman needs to balance her emotions, right? For instance, somebody has worked from morning till night. And all the body wants is, I just want to rest. I don't even want anybody clinging around me. Right. I just want to rest. And then that is when you come, like Ibn Abba has said, you just watched one movie or whatever it is, and hey, you have that. You have not even considered her at all. So this is where I go back to what you said, intimacy, right? Yes, you can tell her your feelings, right? So there's a woman that will say, you know what, let me just rest a bit. Let me just rest a bit. I'll come back to you. Just give me 2 hours or 3 hours. That is when they understand themselves. You understand? But if you do not understand her and she also does not understand you, you are not bonded. Let me use that word.
Okay.
Because many a times we think, marriage. There are some marriages that they are not bonded. That's
All
the
right.
truth. You don't respect the person's feelings, you don't respect the person's emotions, and it is very, very critical for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Boki, for sharing your thoughts with us. I mean, this has been really educational, and at the end of it, you really, it falls back to the fact that marriage is not a one sided agreement, it is two individuals. Marriage is not a burial ground for personal rights, it's meant to be a place where love thrives because respect lives. The word I do at the wedding altar, they are not just a lifetime blanket for intimacy. It's commitment to mutual care and understanding. And consent is not a one time ticket granted on the wedding day, it's an everyday choice to honor your partner's dignity, boundaries, and comfort. With the fact that the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency reminds us of this, that even in marriage, intimacy without consent is a violation legally, emotionally, and spiritually. This is not just a legal discussion, it's about the health of our homes, the safety of our spouses, and the kind of values we pass down, especially to the next generation. So, today on the show, with all the conversations that we've had, we're imploring all couples, please stay together and respect each other, and like they say, let it be freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and also specific. Silence is no, reluctance is no. And yes, thank you so much for being a part of the program today. Thank you so much, Ibinabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala, for joining us on the program.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Well, coming up at 10 will be Radio Doctor. I am Miracle Philip. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣé jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial star 900 hash on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
My people, something big don't land and na money rain dey fall. Better play, better chance. 200k fit enter your hand if you try your luck. Oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, them they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 naira, you fit win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Better play, no dull yourself. Go get your ticket sharp. Buy am for www.betterplay.ng or just dial star 347 star 154 hash. You want boost your chance? Buy reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at Better Play NG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people